It's no secret that games leave an impact on people. Everyone has their own personal connection to their niche style of game. Whether it's their connection to the music presented, the stories told, or the gameplay provided, these aspects continue to mark the people they come in contact with. The biggest proponent of these three, however, is how the gameplay feels when a controller hits the player's hand. After all, if the game feels bad to play, why play the game at all? The beauty of games is their ability to allow for individual player expression while still being confined within the rules of the game. With that in mind, allow me to introduce a game where player expression goes beyond what the developers had intended, but turned out all the better because of it. The Super Smash Bros. Series is a fighting game franchise developed by Nintendo where all of the playable characters are Nintendo icons. But why I am talking about Melee specifically is due to its monumental status in the history of gaming. Ultimate may be the largest and most recent entry in the franchise, but none of the other Smash games will be remembered like Melee. Despite being released in 2001, Melee left such a massive mark on its audience that this game still has a thriving fan base with hundreds of thousands of players entering tournaments all across the world. Well, what's so special about Melee, you might be asking? Remember earlier when I said gameplay feeling is the most important aspect of the game? Well, Melee kind of unintentionally mastered that. Where this game absolutely shines is moving. Compared to other Smash games, Melee follows the same basic movement formula that the franchise is known for, but where it is different is via its additions to movement. Things like wave dashing, wave landing, and moonwalking are just a few examples of the different types of movement implemented within this game. These additions may not seem like a lot on the surface, but in practice, they add entirely new layers of complexity that other games simply don't have. Take this simple interaction as an example. The second Captain Falcon gets close to Fox's shield, Fox will grab. Captain Falcon could attack Fox's shield, but will 9 times out of 10 get grabbed. However, Melee allows its players to have a response to every situation, meaning thinking ahead and using your tools to get around what your opponent wants is key to winning. But this kind of depth doesn't stop here, because of the tug of war between the two opponents constantly adapting to each other's playstyle. Melee is such a fun game to play. You know the game is good when simply moving around for practice is enjoyable. The near infinite amount of depth this game offers adds so much replay value that this game will not die anytime soon. This game is perfect the way it is, and hence I will be rating Melee a 5 out of 5.